some narcissistic parents and dysfunctional families feel that you're obligated to them. Who's going to take care of me when you leave? And we use that statement to keep you in mental bondage, making you feel guilty for wanting to pursue your life and your dreams and your goals and ambitions that goes against the family toxic dynamic. It's a form of emotional control. This isn't really a question. It's a form of emotional control, often used by emotionally immature or narcissistic parents. It shifts the child into the role of caregiver. Rather than supporting the child's independency, the parent centers their own needs, framing the child's growth as abandonment. Psychologically, this creates a dynamic known as parentification, where the child becomes responsible for the parent's emotional or physical well-being. This teaches the child that love equals sacrifice and that people's desires are selfish. Over time, they may grow into adults who feel guilty for having boundaries or prioritizing their own happiness. You see how that plays into your adulthood? And you become a fixer and a pleaser in your relationships? Always say, let it go. It's in the past. Just let it go. Just let it go. That's over with. We're over that. This phrase sounds like wisdom. It's often said with good intentions as advice meant to help the person move forward. But in reality, it minimizes pain and discourages healing. It implies that time alone should be enough to heal your deep wounds. The time that has passed should be sufficient enough for you to let that go. That's why when people try to resurface back in your life, they never apologize, and they just think we're just going to pick back up where we are and you've never apologized, as if you're thinking, I'm just going to let this go because time has passed. That is the ultimate form of disrespect, manipulation, mind game tactic that a dysfunctional narcissistic family often tell those they have hurt continuously in the family dynamic. Just let it go. You should be over that. So much time that happened years ago. Truthfully, it's a gaslighting statement in hopes that you do let it go. And that we should be over this. That's why most of the time when you're told that, you have an inner conflict. And you start rationalizing, saying, well, maybe it's not that bad, or maybe it didn't happen the way they did, or you'll start contemplating the truth versus the fictitious lies that they're telling you. And that's a lie. Versus the lie that they're telling you to let it go. You're too sensitive. You're holding a grudge. Let it go. Get over it. That happened years ago. Instead of processing the pain and having someone to finally validate you, you learn to be quiet. You learn to not bring it up because no one wants to talk about that anymore. Too much time have elapsed and you should be over that. But you are the one that's carrying the burden. You are the one that's constantly being dismissed. And that in itself is a gaslighting statement, but it's my truth. And until I feel validated about it, I have a right to bring it up. Oh, not to them, because they operate in control. They operate in manipulation. And truthfully, they will never own whatever they did because that's beyond their reality as someone who's narcissistic. That's why I always tell you, don't keep explaining.